Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you what we're planting in May. You may see some scenes of me talking and my mic was connected wrong, so I'll be voicing over that part. But I'm going to show you the plants that we got and how we planted them and just some of the things that have been happening in the garden. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Akilah of DIY Power Couple. This planting season, I got my plants from 3 places. One was such a surprise. The first place was our local nursery. I always enjoy going to the nursery so much. There's such a variety of plants and flowers. Hands down, this is my favorite place. I started picking up so many plants, so babe made me get a wagon. So we got tomatoes, pepper. What else do you want? Babe wanted to make sure we got summer savory. We enjoy winter savory, and summer savory is perfect for seasoning meat, fish, chicken, anything that you want to put on the grill. And it's also nice in bean dishes and lentils. This year we're going to try eggplants, and in this area, May is a great time to plant them. The soil is warm and they need full direct sunlight for 6 to 8 hours. Beans are really easy to grow in May, but I decided not to do it this season because of the room in my garden. I would need to add a trellis to help them grow. We also purchased a citronella plant, and this is our second year getting some. Unfortunately, they don't deter mosquitoes by just sitting there. You have to crush the leaves to release the oils. But they do have a nice aroma, and they last throughout the summer, so we just like to add a few on the back porch. I was happy to see the selection of marigolds because they're good for our garden and helping with pest management. Marigolds are so bright and they bloom continuously through the summer. I really love these because they are the ultimate companion plant. They improve the soil health of your garden. It was time to check out, and guys, I am so thankful that I have a garden daddy who buys my plants and helps me put them in the ground. Now we're off to our local home improvement store, which is the second place we got our plants.
Is that what you want?
Say to look under the leaves to make sure there's no bugs or anything when you buy them from stores like this. This May I wanted to try okra because it is a great warm weather plant to grow. At these home improvement stores, it's really important to look at the leaves to make sure there's no pests and there's any infestation on your leaves, and you want to look underneath to really check out the plant and make sure it is healthy. In my opinion, between these two places, the quality of the plants just look so much better from the nursery. Here you can see the ones we bought at the home improvement store and then the ones that we bought at the local nursery. The true test will be how they grow, so let's get them planted. My garden daddy is so sweet because he will go get that dirt for me and then bring it over to the new garden. It's a pretty dusty job. Okay, let me show you how we recycled our old plants and prepared our garden beds for the new one. We have things that have sprouted. We're just going to use that, or that bolted. Something I planted here, but I forgot. Just older stuff. Hubby and I took our garden shears and began cutting the plants. All of the stems that we found that were pest-free and looked healthy, we're chopping them up into smaller pieces to speed up the decomposition. And we'll put them all in a bucket with some of our kitchen scraps, and then we're going to put it back into the soil to become our green nitrogen-rich material. Guys, I was really breaking it down here, not knowing my mic was off. But basically, I was sharing that I also had some brown material, old leaves and straw that we were going to put on top of our green material and help with our compost. This is a great composting DIY because you're just recycling your old plants to be the organic support for your new dirt, and this is a way to boost your soil health for free. And if you want to save money by building your own raised garden bed, we'll show you how you can do that with file cabinets. Check out the link in the description. Now I'm just playing in the dirt. I'm spreading the dirt out and loosening the soil up a bit and aerating it, and then getting it ready for the next layer, which will be our fertilizer and potting soil. Now our garden beds are filled up with our new nutrient-rich dirt, and we're going to plant, and I'll show you the third place. Okay, let's start with the peppers because they are perfect to plant in May. This time gives them a healthy start before the intense summer heat hits. We're also going to plant our okra and eggplant because they are companion plants to peppers. This means they don't mind growing close to each other because they improve each other's soil fertility and they also deter pests. And you see that big pot? I was so surprised when I walked into Sam's Club and saw this. I'm excited to try these Liberty Bell peppers and see if they grow in our garden. This pepper cage is a perfect beginner-friendly standalone plant. You could put this right on your porch or your balcony. I don't want to put it on the ground, and I want it to have the advantage of the other companion plants. I am going to plant this whole pot in one of the sections of our file cabinet garden. You know you can plant whatever you want in your own garden. And thank you to those who commented on the last garden video with your ideas and suggestions for plants. I really appreciate it, and it gave me a lot of great ideas. Thanks so much, guys. Each little plant home gets its own little potting soil and some fertilizer. Now we plant the marigolds around the plants, and they are such good neighbors. Their strong aroma is going to repel pests, and their roots release a chemical that helps in the soil. As we move on to our tomatoes, you see another caged plant. This was the only other vegetable plant I saw at Sam's, and so I had to try these Carmelo tomatoes. I thought this was so cute because it already has the cage that the tomatoes will grow up on. We're planting basil as a nice companion herb, and this Better Boy tomato. And this year we're going to try the Juliet tomatoes, often called Roma grape tomatoes. And I'm also going to plant this tomato cage too. Hubby checked in to see if I needed any help because he was about to do a little handyman work. He wanted to tighten a board in our fence, but I really think he wanted to use this tool to make some sparks. It's fine because I really appreciate everything he does for our home. We finished off the raised garden bed planting with some cucumbers. In our other pots, we planted our herbs, summer savory and dill, and we planted our citronella plant in with some marigolds. We thought we were all done in the garden until we noticed something the next day. This is my kale. Look how they ate them up.
In one day.
In one day. Can you see them? They're camouflaged. There's one. There's two right here. They're all down. There's 3, 4, 5.
They've been eating all day.
They've been eating all day. There was some on the back if I can find any. See them? Those are the baby ones. Oops.
Can you see the babies?
They're over here. You see the baby ones?
Oh, I see them now.
That's why you have to look underneath. Okay, guys, I want to tell you right here, do not spray Dawn on your plants. Yes, it did kill all the worms, and it killed all of the kale. So we're done with these cabbage worms. After doing more research, I should just have covered them up or planted the dill close to them. But for now, we will go with what we have and maybe plant kale the next time around. We also found the next day. Look at the babies. They're already starting. It's amazing that they start from like this small right here, and then they get to here, and then they get to something like this. So I hope this has encouraged you to try to plant something this summer. And even if it's in your garden, remember, you can DIY too. See you in the next video.